Now, your investment property's next tenant might be a grandparent with a flip phone. Roughly 3 out of 10 renter households are now headed by people age 55 plus. After bottoming out in 2004, older renters have become a major share of the tenant population today, and I shared this with you recently if you're a reader of our Don't Quit Your Daydream letter. And by the way, welcome to all of our new letter readers. We recently had a few thousand new Don't Quit Your Daydream letter subscribers, our weekly email newsletter. Welcome here to the GRE podcast. Now, as I'll explain why in a moment, you should like and embrace older renters. Now, first things first, understand that as a property owner or landlord, you cannot age discriminate in your advertising or in your tenant screening. But all right, once you're done poking fun at their jitterbug or their track phone, understand that older renters, they are desirable. And by the way, are jitterbugs and track phones still made? I'm thinking that at least one of those two phone models is still made. Anyway, yes, now that we know that there are more older renters here, about 3 in 10 American renters now age 55 plus, okay, older renters, hey, they really are desirable for a bunch of reasons. You're going to have lower turnover, okay? Older people tend to stay put. There's a low transiency rate. They have a low mobility rate. That's another way to say it. Also, older renters, they tend to be more quiet. They're less likely to throw 3 keg ragers, no beer pong, no headbutt dents in the drywall. And when it comes to savings and income, they have more of it, and expect low regulation. Unlike something like assisted living, there is no special government permitting or any specialized staff that's needed. So there are some big reasons why this growing group of older renters, that is good for you as an income property owner. So to review what you've learned, that's due to lower mobility, they're more quiet, they have more savings and income, and there's low regulation. And I've got to say that personally, I've come to appreciate my older friends more as time goes on. I recently realized that I have some of my best conversations with them, but they won't talk me into the jitterbug. They can't talk me into giving up my life without Instagram on an iPhone. Many older adults, they don't want the hassle of home ownership, and others, they are just feeling the weight of dreadful homebuyer affordability just like everyone else. And one major reason for why there are more older renters, if you're trying to find a reason why, it's not due to some seismic behavioral shift. It's just the simple fact that the American population keeps getting older overall. We have an aging population. And by the way, is 55 that old? I mean, the 55 plus age group, that can mean a lot of things. An 85-year-old and 55-year-old live very different lives with different activity levels, of course. But is 55 that old? I don't know. I know that you only need to be age 50 to be an AARP member. I guess 55 sounds old because you can say that you're pretty likely to be in the second half of your life, but maybe if you divide life up into thirds, you could say then that 55 is in the middle third, and then therefore 55 could be seen as middle-aged and not old, I suppose. And for some reason, it's systemic in American culture that people don't seem to want to be called old. For whatever reason, it has a mildly pejorative connotation, but it is a group of people with their own separate habits, and these people are more likely to be using trekking poles when they go hiking, I guess. And I don't agree that age is just a number. I mean, come on, age means something. An 85-year-old man, they are not going to qualify to play in the NBA All-Star game. They're not going to be the most agile defensive back on an NFL field. So the takeaway here is that more renters are older. Embrace it. It's good. Hey, if you're a GRE listener but still don't have our valuable Don't Quit Your Daydream letter, which wires your mind for wealth and it updates you on real estate trends, you can get it free right now. Just text message GRE to 66866. That's GRE to 66866. You can watch this one next.